Good morning. Oh, I'm sitting in my room in the dark. I'm just relaxing, trying to stay out of the Texas heat. Okay. Make sure you like and subscribe before we get on into this. So, the topic today, and I just want you to listen. You know, you don't gotta see me, just listen. Today's topic is about something that I saw um, when I was just scrolling through my Facebook, and a young lady had post. Um, what was it? It was like, I'm trying to think exactly what her exact words were. Basically, she was saying that when you put pressure on a man, that he will run to a weaker female. That's pretty much what she said. She might have said, a nigga, but anyway, basically, when you put pressure on a man, that he'll run to a weaker female. And the words sound cute, and to some people that may make sense or seem accurate, but that's not true. If you put pressure on anybody to do anything that they weren't trying to do, matter of fact, let's take a step further. You don't have to put pressure on anyone to do something that they want to do. Let's start there. You don't have to put pressure on anyone to do something that they really want to do. Don't nobody gotta put pressure on me to go get my feet done. Don't nobody gotta put pressure on me to get up and go to work, because I know I want my bills paid and I actually enjoy what I do. I love teaching. Nobody has to put pressure on me to go do things that I want to do. I don't need pressure to go do things that make me happy. I don't need pressure put on me to go do things that I know are necessary in my life. I don't need any pressure on me to do those things. It's going to be automatic. It's going to just happen. It just is. Now, things that I don't want to go do, would someone have to go pressure me to take a 10-mile hike right now in the Texas heat? You damn Skippy. Something better be after me. Because no. Do I want to go, whatever that it is that someone doesn't want to do, that is when you will have to apply pressure. Like telling your kids, hey, go clean your room and wash the dishes, do your chores. They don't want to do them. You have to give them some sort of either pressure through a punishment, or implied that there could be a punishment, or maybe you are not a punishment parent, you're a reward parent. Okay, if you do this, then I'm going to give you this. But at the end of the day, that's still the pressure that you have to put on them to do whatever that it is, because they don't want to do it. I don't have to put pressure on my kids to eat candy. I don't have to put pressure on my kids to go outside and play with their friends, or to be on their phone or make a TikTok. So you don't have to pressure anyone to do something that they want to do. Let's start there. So if you're pressuring this person and they get away from you, it's wrong to believe that the person that they're now going to go date, the person that they're now going to show interest in or be with, marry, whatever, is weaker than you and you're stronger than them. You must not have been that strong, because the pressure that you were trying to put on them to do something that they didn't want to do with you didn't work. They went to someone who is not pressuring them to do things that they don't want to do. They went to deal with someone who is what they want to be with, who they want to be with, what better suits them. I think a lot of times people make statements like this to make themselves feel better. They would like to believe that whomever excuse me, is the next person in a person's life, whoever's the new woman in that man's life, is worse than them or different than them in a negative way, or again, weaker than her. And that makes her feel better about herself. That makes her feel better about her feelings of abandonment from whoever the man is. That is how they're coping with their feelings of not having this person in their life anymore. They have to make it seem like it was something negative going on, or they have to make it seem like the person, they couldn't handle me, so they had to go deal with someone they could handle. But in actuality, what happened is they went to deal with someone who was what they wanted. Nobody wants to be pressured into shit, especially in a relationship. So I don't understand all the talk about what you can make a person do, or you gotta make them respect you. You don't have to make anybody do nothing that they want to do. And don't you want to be in a relationship with someone who wants to be there, who wants to do it, who wants to pour into you, who wants to see you happy, and who wants to also be happy with you? That makes sense. That's how it should really be. I commented on what the young lady said, and basically, in a nutshell, I was letting her know that you don't have to put pressure on anyone for something that they want to do. As a woman, you don't have to put pressure on a man to do anything for you. All you have to do is ask, and quite often you might not even have to do that, because if they care about you, if they want to be with you, they'll be paying attention to your likes and your dislikes, what you enjoy, what you don't enjoy, and they'll be trying to continually put that smile on your face, same way that you should be reciprocating and trying to put a smile on theirs as well. And it will just happen and flow. The problem is, a lot of times people will get with someone who is not in alignment with them, is not in alignment with what they want, what they need, what they see a relationship being. You like to go out and date, you like to have a good time with your partner, you like to cuddle and spend romantic evenings together, you like to do things with the kids, you like to go to church, you like to, whatever that it is that you like to do, including your partner and within the relationship. This is your laundry list of things. Okay, if they really want you and they really also enjoy those things, then it can work, then it can come together. But the problem is, a lot of times people will get with people that probably don't even want to be in a relationship, pressuring them to be in a relationship, pressuring them to take them out, date them, whatever, instead of just letting it flow and seeing what this person actually wants to do with them. And they'll try to mold and manipulate the situation through guilting them, shaming them. How could you do this to me? All that kind of stuff. Instead of just walking away from who is not for you. If we have enough conversations with people while we're dating them, if we actually date people and don't be so quick to run into a relationship with someone, then we'll be able to see where we're actually compatible at, instead of just going off of chemistry and, oh, I like them, and oh, they're sexy and they make me feel this kind of way. Look at what makes you compatible. Look at what makes the two of you be able to coincide or come together, basically. What are the things that you're neck and neck on? What are the things that you guys agree on? What are the things that you both want to do? And see how that connects. See how that works. Are they, you like movies, they like movies. You love music, they love music. You like going to concerts, they like going to concerts. You love nice fancy restaurants, they like fancy restaurants. If those things are together, if those things are matching, then you're compatible. If you have the same morals and values and ideas about the world and family, it can work. You guys are compatible. But a lot of times people have two totally different outlooks, and they haven't figured that out. They haven't found that out, and then they get in a relationship with a person and instead of trying to continue to figure that out, like, hey, we started this prematurely, we didn't really figure it out, but we're figuring it out now, they just try to mold them. They just try to pour them into whatever mold that they can, and make the person take the shape of maybe an ex, maybe who they feel that their ideal person is. And then they get mad when a person don't fit. It's like trying to put a square peg in a round hole. Literally. Okay? That's pretty much what it is. I had a relationship personally where the guy was a good guy in a lot of different ways, but he liked to go out all the time. He liked to go out and party. He liked to stay out late nights. And of course, your first thought is that, the old saying, ain't nothing open after 12 but legs. But that might not be true for everybody. We live in Dallas, Texas, and the South is where the party at. So a lot of the clubs and bars and stuff don't even close until 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Most of them definitely not closing until 2 or 3. But absolutely, there's places, and there's after hours places, all kinds of stuff that's open till damn near dawn. Okay. And he likes to go out. He likes to party, all this kind of stuff. And I'm the type of person, I'm not really a homebody, but I normally come home at a earlier time, even if I do go out. Every now and again, I've been out late like that, but it's very rare for me. And he would go out and be with his friends and stuff like that, and it was upsetting me. It was irritating me. It was getting on my nerves, really. And, once I got past the hurt feeling that we, have when we've created scenarios in our head that we don't even know happen. We do that a lot as women. Men probably do it too, but I feel like women's imaginations are like run wild with this. Oh, he didn't answer his phone right away. He's got to be screwing some girl. I don't know. But anyway, once I got over that, I really started to see it for what it was. This is something that this person enjoys doing. They're continuously doing it. I can't look at it as, oh, they're disrespecting me. They don't respect me. He won't come in at such and such a time. Blah, 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 blah. You could say that. You could feel that. You could believe that. But what's really happening is they're doing what's best for them. The problem is that you think that they should also be doing what's best for you, when in reality, nobody owes you shit, and everybody's supposed to do what's best for them. So instead of arguing about it, I started saying, you know what, maybe this is not a good thing. Maybe maybe we're not meant to be in a relationship, or maybe we're not meant to be in a relationship right now. Sometimes people have to grow out of different things or whatever, you know, whatever that it is. But I just one day just said, I'm not going to discuss this with you anymore. We need to move on. We're not totally compatible because you want to do this and I want to do that, and that is okay. And he was like, what do you mean that's okay? Because he's never dealt with someone telling him that it's okay for you to do what makes sense to you. He might not meet someone that loves to do the same thing he does. Let's go party. You know, and that person would be suitable for him. That does not make her weaker than me. That does not make her less than me. Less of a person, less of a woman, less of a partner. That could be the best thing that ever happened to him. And I had to decide, and I had to understand that I was wanting him to do something and be someone that he was not. And so often, women will get with someone and think that, oh, you know, because the last person did it like this, then this new person is. That's not how it works. Love, it don't work like that. You don't have to mold anybody into anything. If you're trying to mold someone into something, if you're trying to get someone to behave in a certain way, that is manipulation. You're a manipulator. And a lot of people don't want that, negative word applied to them, and they'll push that out. No, I'm not trying to control anything. I'm not trying to. Well, what are you trying to do? You're certainly not trying to let them have free will. You're certainly not trying to allow them to be themselves. You want them to be whatever version of themselves that you want them to be. Matter of fact, you don't even want them to be whatever version of themselves. You want them to be a version of someone else that you already knew, or someone that you've seen on TV, or something that you saw in a movie. And this ain't the movies. This is real life. And people are who they are. And if who they are does not match and is not in alignment with who you are and what you want and the things you want to do and the ways you want to operate, they're not for you. And if they go on to another person, that does not make the new person that they go on to be weaker or worse than you, or it doesn't make you better or anything. We got to stop with this mantra of, yeah, he left me to go be with her because, she weak. What? It's the dumbest shit ever. Just, it doesn't make any sense. It does not. Now I know, on the flip side, there definitely are a lot of men, especially nowadays, a lot of young men that are, and some old, but usually you see this with younger men, that are not established in life, that don't have a lot of things together. They don't have transportation. They don't have a place to live of their own. They have not figured out how to sustain and just adult in life. And we will call them, adolescents, little boys, immature, things of that nature. And this person might be 20-something, 30 years old. Who knows? Okay? Out here, they have a name for them. They call them hobosexuals. Men that, they'll meet a woman and, their whole premise is to meet her, get, on her good side, if they got a few dollars, wine or dine her a little bit, whatever way that they can, and see how they can move in. So now they will have a roof over their head. 9 times out of 10, the woman has a car or two. So now they have transportation and have, some of those basic things taken care of that they didn't get together themselves. If you allow someone like that to come into your life, that's on you. You the fool. I'm saying it again. If you allow somebody like that to come into your life, that's on you. You the fool. But don't think that since you've allowed them to come into your life that they are now going to conform, or that they even should conform still to what you want. You get that person in your home and they still decide, I don't have to do this, I don't have to do that, I don't have to come in at a certain time, I don't have to keep a job, I don't have to help you around the house, I don't have to do any of that. And what do a woman do? Start to put pressure on him. Well, you need to get a job, you need to come in at this time, I'm paying all the bills, I need you to do this, I need you to do that. This is how it go. Don't let her be done had a baby with the man. Oh Lord, But this is how it goes. And then what will he do? He will, since he still doesn't have those things together, he will leave her alone to go deal with someone who is not going to nag or talk about or discuss or pressure him into doing those things that you wanted him to do, because again, that's not who he is. And you may believe that that person that he goes to is of a weaker mindset, because she's going to allow him to do what he wants to do. She's going to let him, come and go as he pleases. He doesn't have to pay bills at her house, or if he's with her, he doesn't have to keep a job, he doesn't have to do whatever. I could see someone believing that that new woman that's allowing all of these things is weak. I can see that. But is she really? Is she really? Or is she just unlearned? Or does she just have low self-esteem? Or is she just, maybe she's well off and doesn't care about the money or whatever. You don't know that woman's situation. And let's say you do. It's still not for you to apply a term such as she's weak onto her. Because again, you was just trying to put pressure on him to do stuff that he didn't want to do. You were trying to make and mold and manipulate him to do things that he didn't want to do. She's not. Okay? But I kind of almost understand in those respects. But again, let's just say, if that's the actual situation. Let's say that this woman was dealing with someone and he didn't have different things together. And then try to pressure him into being more together, basically. Who really is weak? Who really was a weak-minded person? A person who let someone come into their space that already wasn't what they needed, already wasn't what they really wanted? Or the person who allows them to come into their space and that's who they want? They're cool with that. Who's weaker? We have to stop applying these negative terms to others because it makes us feel better. And we also have to stop trying to make and mold and manipulate someone into being who we want them to be. Just go find who resonates with you. If you date someone long enough, and by date, I don't mean you just sleeping with them, no. I mean date, like, meet up, have a picnic, go for a walk in the park. It don't have to be nothing extensive. Go get some coffee. Wherever that you meet and you talk and y'all have y'all separate time at, that could be a date. If it's a little deli, or you're walking through downtown and you're going to a food truck or something, and whatever. It could be very simple. And whatever that it is something where you get to talk to the person. If you don't eat a morsel of food, if y'all get to talk to each other and sit there and look at each other's face and learn about the other person, Still a date. It still can be considered a date. Now, if you say, oh, well, for me, my dates have to be this, have to be that. Again, you should be dealing with someone who believes the same thing. You should be dating someone who is into the same thing. You should not be, I want Ruth Chris, and you're start dating a guy that thinks, you know, Jack in the Box and Burger King is fine dining. No. Get somebody that aligns with you so you don't have to feel like, or you don't have to try to manipulate someone into what you want. And you'll be happier. The end. You'll be happier. Make sure you like and subscribe. I will be back with more free game. I just wanted to share that tidbit because it's so necessary that we change the narrative and realize that, you know, while we deserve better, or while we want better, or whatever it is that we feel on the spectrum of better that we desire, we can get it if we go for who is in alignment with that. Y'all have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Free game.